Well, yesterday I read the Declaration of Independence. I hope you all enjoyed that. Today I've been instructed to do a little bit more reading. I'm sorry if I'm not the best reader you've ever heard, but I'm the best reader I've ever heard. We're going to look at the Constitution. No, I am not going to read the Constitution to you. It's too long. It would take too long. However, I do want to read to you the preamble to the Constitution. Now, if you're my age, you probably were supposed to learn this in high school. If you're younger than me, well, I can't speak to that. The preamble to the U.S. Constitution. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and to our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Did you catch why the Constitution was written? To make a more perfect union. Are we perfect? No, nobody's perfect, but it's more perfect than anywhere else in the world. Ensure domestic tranquility. We don't want criminals running around on our streets. Provide for the common defense. We are supposed to defend our country from invasion. Promote the general welfare. So we're supposed to be doing all right. Secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. So they wanted this to last a while. Now, they wrote the Constitution. Yes, it was written during a time of slavery, and yes, it does mention slaves, not by that particular word, but it does. But we abolished slavery too, at least the slavery that there was back then. But I wanted to read you one section, Section 4 of Article 4. The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a republican form of government. Republican, not democracy. We are not a democracy. We are a republic. What's the difference? In a democracy, majority rules. Like if there's 3 people and one of them has a bicycle and the other 2 want it, the other 2 can vote that they get the bicycle. In a Republican form of government, that's not the way it is. You elect representatives, but they are answerable to you. That's the purpose of a republic, that we the people, we're in charge, not the government. Government tries to be in charge of us. It's the other way around. Sorry, commentary. And shall protect each of them against invasion. The United States shall guarantee to protect each state against invasion. That is the job of the federal government. Not to be political here, but is that what our government is doing right now? That is a yes or no question. And on application of the legislature or of the executive when the legislature cannot be convened, guarantee against domestic violence. What would cause domestic violence, do you think? Maybe people coming in this country that don't have our values, don't understand our culture, that have had a completely different way of life where they come from. Let me tell you something. Most places are not like the United States of America. A lot of people have never lived in a house, never had running water, never had heat and air conditioning, never had somebody to come pick up the trash. They don't even know how to use a toilet. That's not the kind of person you want to be en masse in this country. Okay, now let's go to the Bill of Rights. Everybody talks about the Bill of Rights. Let's read some of them. Amendment 1. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. There is not to be a national religion. However, the government is not to stop people from exercising their religion. In other words, we are not to establish Catholicism or Episcopalianism or Baptists or Pentecostalism as a national religion. However, if somebody wants to be a Catholic, an Episcopalian, a Lutheran, a Pentecostal, a Baptist, whatever, the United States government can't stop you from exercising your religion. We have free exercise of religion. Or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press. You can say what you want and you can write what you want. Or the right of the people peaceably to assemble. Peaceably to assemble does not mean riot. It doesn't mean burn your city down. Doesn't mean destroy other people's cars. And it certainly does not mean blocking freeways. Sorry. And to petition the government for a redress of grievances. In other words, if the federal government's doing something you don't like, you can sue the government. Amendment 2, a well-regulated militia. Being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Now, some people say that if you're not in the militia, you don't need to keep and bear arms. However, if you want to protect your house, have you ever heard of the castle doctrine? Basically, it says that you are the king of your castle, and it is your right and duty to protect your castle. Now, can you protect your castle without a weapon? And somebody comes in with a weapon, I don't know. Amendment 3, no soldier shall, in time of peace, be quartered in any house. Now remember, we talked about this yesterday in the Declaration of Independence. One of their chief beefs was that the Great Britain was making the people of what became the United States put up the soldiers in their houses. And the people didn't like it. So that's why this is in the amendments. No soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. Now, I'm not a lawyer, and so I can't tell you if that prescribed by law has ever happened or not. You might want to research it. Amendment 4, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall be issued but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. Now I want to stop and talk about this for just a second. The right of people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effect against unreasonable search and seizure shall not be violated, and you got to have a warrant to search. I'm going to talk about the Patriot Act for just a minute here. It was passed after the fear of 9/11 because we don't want that to happen again. However, I believe, and many others do, that this violates the Fourth Amendment. It is an unreasonable search and seizure. If you go through the airport, TSA is going to search you and they're going to search your luggage. There is no warrant. There is no probable cause. It's just what they're going to do. And you let them do it. I don't fly. That's one of the main reasons. Okay, continuing on to Amendment 5. No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on a presentment or indictment of a grand jury, except in cases arising in the land or naval forces or in the militia when in actual service in time of war or public danger. Nor shall any person be subject for the same offense to be twice put in jeopardy of life or limb. They call that double jeopardy. Once you've been tried for a crime, they can't try you again if you were, found innocent. nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against himself. You don't have to testify against yourself. That's why they tell you in the Miranda rights, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. So if the cops come, keep your mouth shut. Okay. Let's see. Nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation. I like that just compensation thing. If they're going to come take your property, they better pay you the going price for it. Amendment 6. Whew, this is getting long. In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation. This is a lot here about criminal trials here. To be confronted with the witnesses against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and to have the assistance of counsel for his defense. That gives you, in criminal proceedings, a right to have a lawyer to defend you and to call witnesses to help you. Amendment 7. In suits at common law, where the value in controversy shall exceed $20, the right of trial by jury shall be preserved, and no fact tried by a jury shall be otherwise re-examined in any court of the United States than according to the rules of the common law. $20. Pretty sure that had to have gone up by now. Amendment 8. Excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted. You know, we've heard a lot about cruel and unusual punishment. Many people feel like the death penalty qualifies for that. I'm not going to give you my opinion. Excessive bail. Like, we're going to charge this person with something and it's really bad, so we're going to put their bail at $10 million. Well, if they don't have $5,000 to their name, that's excessive bail, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Amendment 9. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. Amendment 10. The powers, listen up, listen. The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. In other words, the federal government cannot do anything that is not in the Constitution. I'm reading this. It was provided by America Stands. It includes a lot of different founding documents. The point is, Amendment 10, the powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution. If the Constitution doesn't give the power to the United States, it is reserved for the states. Now, a lot of people talk about abortion and want to have a federal abortion ban. There's nothing in the Constitution about abortion. That is a states' rights issue. It is something to be decided by the states because it is not something given to the United States government in the Constitution. Anything that is not in the Constitution is not a federal thing. There are many federal agencies that were not created by the Constitution, therefore they are not constitutional. They are to be taken care of by the states. Thank you for listening. That's all the time I have today. I hope you got something out of this. There are many other amendments to the Constitution. I would encourage you to read the entire Constitution and all of the amendments. Take your time, think about it. Please share this video.